Hello there.
This is where the fun begins.
This very controversial thing that Ahsoka, the Disney Plus series, did do might have been one of the best things that A Galaxy Far, Far Away has done thus far. It's exactly what we're going to be discussing and breaking down in today's video. Sabine Wren being Force sensitive and training as a Jedi. Not just that, but the implications for what we're going to be seeing in the second season of Ahsoka on Disney Plus is exactly what we're all going to be discussing in today's video. We, of course, are going to go ahead and hop right on into it, break it all down for you guys with everything that we know and everything that we'd be anticipating right now. Before we do though, however, grab that subscribe button if you haven't already, as we're discussing and covering all types of Star Wars related news, leaks, rumors, theories, and breakdowns here on the channel. So if you guys are into any of that, go ahead and grab that subscribe button today. Make sure you hit that notification bell as well to be notified for when we have new videos dropping here on the channel almost daily. There is a lot of Star Wars news and stuff going around. It can be a lot to keep track of. It's exactly why we are here. Not just to keep you guys updated with everything, but also break it down for you guys and get a better understanding. As always, I really appreciate all of the support. Okay, so in this video, we are going to be taking a quick read from CBR.com as an overall garnering source. I'll have their article linked in the description down below for you guys to check out there as well. One recent Star Wars story has done more to expand the mythology of the franchise and of the Force than any other: Ahsoka. Ahsoka followed the story of Anakin Skywalker's former Padawan, Ahsoka Tano, as she begins to search for Grand Admiral Thrawn and Ezra Bridger after the fall of the Empire in the post-Return of the Jedi era. This quest followed on from the end of the animated series Star Wars Rebels, which saw both Thrawn and Ezra banished to the unknown regions of space, and when Ezra commanded the hyperspace-faring Purrgil-like whale creatures to abduct Thrawn's Star Destroyer and take them far away with him inside. Ahsoka was not alone in her quest for her old friend and old enemy at the same time, as was teased by the end of Rebels, is that she was being joined by Sabine Wren. However, the live-action implication and continuation of the story has a bit of a twist. Sabine is now more so of a Jedi, and it's come as a controversial thing amongst the fans. Sabine was one of the centered characters of Star Wars Rebels, and though her role on Ahsoka was a controversial one among Star Wars fans, Sabine had been introduced as a Rebel, a member of Rebels' central cell known as the Spectress. She was also a Mandalorian. As Star Wars fans know, the Mandalorians and Jedi have a long history of conflict with one another, so having the two work together was something more so. And as Star Wars fans know, on the Ahsoka show, Sabine was being trained by Ahsoka as a Jedi, not just with a saber, but with the Force as well. Although this apparent change of direction for Sabine as a character came as a shock to many fans of the Rebels animated show, and just as Star Wars fans in general really, Ahsoka taking Sabine on as a Padawan and as a Force user made a lot of sense for both characters. Here's why. The Ahsoka series largely served as a direct continuation of Star Wars Rebels, even overlapping with the finale of the animated series in some prospects. The epilogue of Rebels' final episode featured Ahsoka and Sabine flying away together after the Galactic Civil War had concluded in a post-Return of the Jedi era, embarking on their quest to bring Ezra home. What that finale did not make clear was the fact of that in the intervening years between episodes' events and that epilogue, pretty much everything going on during the events of the original trilogy and with the Galactic Civil War, was the fact of that Sabine had been training as Ahsoka's Jedi Padawan. This revelation didn't come until Ahsoka's first episode, though it was teased before this, in the trailers of course for Ahsoka, was of the fact of that it made clear and cut that Sabine had started training as a Jedi under Ahsoka, but with the two had since parted away at the end of that, and was kind of not on talking basis essentially by the time the Ahsoka show kind of comes around. The reveal was quite a surprising one, of course. Up until that point, Star Wars had typically treated the ability to use the Force as an inherent talent that only existed in only those individuals who were born Force sensitive. However, Star Wars has also repeatedly made it clear that the Force exists within all living beings, and this is the prime example of it. Star Wars creator George Lucas had even previously said that anybody can use the Force, but Jedi were the only ones who had committed to the necessary training to do so. What Ahsoka Ahsoka, the show, made quite clear and cut was that anyone could indeed learn to use the Force, but the Jedi Order was only ever chosen to train those who were born with the natural aptitude for it in the midichlorian count. Sabine Wren would not have been accepted as a Padawan by the Jedi Order, but by the time of the post-Return of the Jedi era taking place and Ahsoka taking place, that wasn't a thing. At least, well, Luke's Jedi Order is happening right now, but that's on its own basis. The controversial part more so of it comes in Star Wars Rebels. There had been little indication of that Sabine might ever become a Jedi or had been Force sensitive. The closest that Sabine had ever came to training in the ways of the Jedi was with Kanan, Jarrus, and Ezra training to use a lightsaber after she had found the Darksaber. The Darksaber was a unique lightsaber created by Tara Vizsla, the first Mandalorian ever inducted into the Jedi Order, and had been since become an important symbol of the Mandalorian leadership and culture. Though Sabine learned to fight with the weapon like a Jedi, she was never taught in the ways of the Force to really complete her training. She was, however, trained and guided in lightsaber combat and other areas of life by the Jedi Master, Kanan Jarrus, and she was especially close with Ezra Bridger, another Force user. This gave her a personal connection to the Jedi. And although Sabine's transition to Jedi Padawan had shocked a lot of Ahsoka fans at first, it's one of those things that kind of grows on you. She wasn't that surprising of a choice of an apprentice for the Jedi who had trained her. Ahsoka Tano had been the apprentice of Anakin Skywalker, and she took after her master. Among the ranks of the Jedi Order, Anakin was revered, though he rarely played by the rules and had a penchant of disobeying the Jedi Council, of course. There's a whole 7 seasons of it on Disney+. As much as he had passed wisdom, skill, and the capability on his apprentice of Ahsoka, Anakin also passed on the rebellious spirit, and eventually Ahsoka's exit from the Jedi Order would have, of course, have the domino effect of paving the way for her taking on her own Padawan of whom the Jedi Council would have simply just not have approved of. And so, as the apprentice of Ahsoka Tano, Sabine Wren became part of the Hu Yang of what Hu Yang titled and called a long line of non-traditional Jedi. To Star Wars fans, this particular line of masters and apprentices is one of the better known of the disaster lineage, named as such for its unorthodox and disaster-prone nature of the Jedi it has encompassed. As well as Ahsoka and Sabine, this lineage includes Jedi such as Anakin Skywalker, who was trained by Obi-Wan Kenobi, Obi-Wan Kenobi being trained by Qui-Gon Jinn, and Qui-Gon Jinn being trained by Count Dooku. Renowned for their tendency to challenge the Jedi tradition and disobey the rules, Sabine fits right in with the other Jedi of this notorious line, and in fact, Ahsoka's decision to train Sabine is some of ways echoes Ahsoka's own mastery entry to the Jedi Order, if not her own. Thanks so much for watching today's video. Of course, this has been an unofficial Star Wars. Let me know all of your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. Different theories as well. I'm all ears. Let's discuss. I love to hear what you guys are all thinking. Also, leave a like on the video as it really does help out the channel. I really appreciate it. Make sure you also check out our merch shop. Use our codes Ahsoka in all caps to get some cash off of your orders. I also have some Amazon affiliate links in the description down below, so if you're looking to buy something from Amazon, whether it's a gift or something for yourself, check out our available links in the description down below. It helps out the channel at no additional cost of yourself and really means a lot. I'll continue to keep those links updated so they're always changing, so make sure you check them out for what new products we may have available. With whatever way you decide to support the channel, whether it's simply watching today's video or even purchasing a product, it means the absolute world to me. So thank you guys so much. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great one. May the Force be with you as always. Peace out.
Goodbye, old friend. May the Force be with you.